Okay, so today I'm going to solve this problem. It is Geeks for Geeks problem of the day. Count numbers containing specific digits. You are given an integer n representing the number of digits in the number, and array ARR containing digits from 0 to 9. You have it is a spelling mistake in the Geeks for Geeks itself. Okay. So you have to count how many n-digit positive integers can be formed such that at least one digit from the array appears in the number. So what it said that n is representing the number of digits, right? Which we number of digits of the number which we have to generate and basically count all those possible generated numbers, and we have to return the answer, right? But it has a condition that those numbers should have at least one digit which are present in the array, right? Like for this case, we have n equals to 1, so we have to generate one digit numbers, right? And at least one of at least one of the number which are present in the array should be in the answer, right? So let's suppose that I take one, right? So it would be the only digit in the in the number, because we have to just generate one digit number, right? So I can take one, I can take two, I can take three. So all these three numbers can be taken separately to make three separate unique numbers, and those will be the answers, right? Let's take this second test case. You would be able to grasp this question much clearer. So there is n equals to 2. So we have to generate two digit numbers, right? And this time array has 3 and 5. Okay. So basically, what numbers we can generate? So we can generate two digit numbers. Like I taken the first digit. Let's say I taken the only one digit this time, right? So, and there is also a term at least, right? What it means by at least means I want to, yeah, or I can take one digit of the one digit from the array, or take two digits from the array, like any of the two digits. It may be one, two, or two, three, or three, one, right? And I can take three digits also. So at least means one, two, three for this first case, right? But since n equals to one, so I can take only one out of three digits, right? Here for this case. For this one, I at least means I can take one or I can take two digits, right? Okay. So let's take the first digit, right? So if I take the first digit here, so if you see these generated numbers, which are starting with three, right? Or starting or basically ending with three. So 30 means 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. And I can also append one in the starting, so it would be 1, 3, basically 1, 13, 23, 43, 33 has covered in here itself, and 63. I here skip the 53. Let's take that also. 63, 73, 83, 93. There will be total 18 possibility uh, by including 3, right? Let's include only 5, right? So let's include the 5. So with 5, I can generate 50, 51, 52. Likewise, I can generate these much numbers. Here, I also missed one more thing, that is, okay, 35, right? So again, I have 18 possibilities. If you carefully observe that, I repeated the 53 twice, right? So I should drop one of the two, right? So let's draw from not from here, but draw from here, right? And now it becomes of length 17, right? And similarly, if you observe, 35 is repeated here and here also. So I will remove this one, right? And now it also become 17 possibilities of the numbers, right? Okay. So basically total in as total I have 34 possible numbers I can generate using the conditions mentioned in the question, right? But if you take three numbers, let's say there is a test case where we have to generate three digit numbers, right? And array contains 1, 2, 5, let's say one more, it is 6. Now I have I have much more possibilities now. I can take only one digit as 1 or 2 or 5 or 6. I can take two digits as 1, 2 or 1, 5 or 1, 6 or 2, 5, 5, 6. So if you observe that for only two digits, I found two overlapping answers, right? And if we try to generate for three digits, there will be a lot of overlapping numbers, which would be very difficult to point out, and that will generate a lot of wrong answers, right? So better I should follow another way, which is a bit tricky here. So let's discuss that approach. So basically, what for if I'm talking about the at least, that means I can take 1, 2, 3, 4, m, right? But it can be represented in one more way, that if I represent the at least as the total number I can generate, right? Total number I can generate minus what if I make the numbers which are made from zero. What it means? Let me clear. So total means I I can take zero of the digits in the array. I can take one digit from the array. I can take two digit. I can take three digit. I can take four digit, and so on up to n. Right. This is the meaning of total means total number of digits I can generate. Right. But what if um, I generate those numbers which are made from no digit present in the array, right? So I can take as no array element. So no array element if I made the numbers from using without using any of the digits from the array. So that would be zero, right? So I can take zero elements from the array. So what it means, I should take all those digits which are present, which are not present in the array. Okay, so that would be the only case for no array element, right? That take I don't take any of the element from the array. So if you can assume the total as the biggest box you can see, and you can take the no element as this case, that is the zero element second from the array. So and the at least will become this first box, right? So this first box is now our answer that representing maybe one, maybe two, maybe three digits from the array. Right? It's much clear now. So I can write my answer as total minus if we remove this smaller case, that is the no array element, then I can find my answer, that is the required answer, right? Hope this is much clear now. So I just need to count the total number of possibilities. That is much easier. That for the first place, I can't take zero, right? So for the first place, I have nine possibilities for the digits that I can take one, two, three, up to nine, right? And from the second digit, I have 10 possibilities because this time I can take zero also, right? So I would have 10 possibilities, and for next all digits, that would be 10 possibilities there. So for this case, I have 90 possibilities, 90 total. So as 9 total is equals to 90. That would be 9 into 10. 9 for the first digit and 10 for the second digit. Okay. And for zero elements from the array, right? No array element. For that, you can take as first digit you have 7 possibilities. This would be not zero, but you can take one, right? Two, but not three, as three is present in the array. But four, and I can take 5, but I can take 6, 7, 8, and 9. So these will be the 7 possible possibilities for the first digit. And similarly for the second digit, it would be I can take 0 for this case here, 0, 1, 2, not 3, but 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This time it's 8 possibilities. So in total, it would be 7 into 8. It would be 56. Total 56 numbers I can generate, which are made without using any of the digits from the array, right? So what will be my answer? 90 minus 56. It would be 34. Yeah. So this is the complete approach I can solve this problem with. So I just initialize total count with the exact answer. That would be 9 into power of 10. Um, 10 to the power n minus 1. Right? We can write 90 as 9 into 10 to the power 1. Right? Just 2 minus 1. Yeah. So at this point we have 9 into 10 to the power 1. It would be 90. And I initialize the no array element with 1, and I'm checking for is 0 as the array has 0 or not. Basically, there is a one edge case also that if 0 is present in the array itself, then I don't need to write 9 to generate the basically not yeah, for here, right? So for this calculation, I assumed for the first digit, I assumed there is total 9 possibilities, and out of which 2 possibilities I removed, right? That is 3 and 5 I removed. So total I was having only 7 possibilities, right? But what if 0 is itself present in the array? Then I have in total 10 possibilities, and out of which I will remove the size of the array directly. So I don't need to count um, each of the digits, right? So I can take it as globally. So if for the first digit, if 0 is not present, then I would have 9 possibilities. I can take 0, and 0 is also not present in the array. So okay, and yeah, that would be 9 minus m. M is the size of the array. So I exclude all the possibilities which are present in the array. And for other digits, it would be 10 minus m, right? For there would be 10 minus m possibilities present for next digits. So this is the simple approach and simple calculation to reach out to the answer. Hope it's understood for you. The complete intuition and the approach is a completely mathematics question where you have to apply the combinations and combination knowledge